clacks the whip on Azimio rebel legislators. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition leader Raila Odinga yesterday began a purge against rebels as he signaled the return of anti-electoral agency protests in an escalation of resistance against President William Ruto's administration. One of the beneficiaries of the purge is actually here, Honorable Edwin Sifuna, Nairobi Senator, who's now the designated Deputy Minority Whip. And Sifuna, I'll let you start off on this because there's been a conversation around it that to what end is de-whipping the members of parliament going to strengthen the opposition? Shouldn't it be the other way around, where you speak to the people, find out why they're leaving, why they're concerned, why they want to work with the government, so that you strengthen the opposition instead of cracking the whip?
Well, you know, the responsibility, for instance, that Khalwale has as the whip of majority is not something to be taken lightly. Correct. If you look at the responsibilities that his office has been assigned, it requires somebody who's steadfast in the belief of the positions that are taken by the party that he represents. It is a very dangerous thing, Trevor, to have the whip in the hands of somebody who has fundamental differences or serious departures of opinion from the coalition that he is expected to lead. So it is not that, in fact, the whipping somebody or changing the leadership of a house should not be viewed as a punishment to the individuals. It should be viewed as securing the interest of the coalition itself. Because if you have leadership of your coalition in the hands of people who do not believe in your agenda, then it is going to be very difficult, given the powers that they have under the standing orders, for you to execute your agenda on the floor of the House. So it is not a question of, people being asked what the problem is, because these same individuals never consulted the coalition when they were going to State House, for instance. Why would they demand of us something that they are not giving themselves? So they have made a conscious decision, and we respect everybody's right of association. These matters do not emanate from any political party constitution. They emanate from this constitution itself, and they emanate from the law, the Political Parties Act itself, that in fact, whenever you are advancing the interest of a political party other than the one in which you belong, you are deemed. The word is deemed. I don't know what deemed is in Kiswahili. You are deemed to have defected. It is, yeah, unachukuliwa ni kama umeenda. Yani, it is a self-executing law. It doesn't require any action on the part of anyone. It is, you are just deemed to have left. Now, the coalition has taken a position that we do not recognize William Ruto as the President of the Republic. If you have a fundamental problem with that position, the very honorable thing to do is to say that, for me, I do not agree with the position that has been taken by the coalition, and therefore I'm exiting this coalition. The example has been given of the time when, Raila, then the member of parliament for Langata, resigned his position as MP because of a policy disagreement with Honorable Michael Kijana Wamalwa on the contents of a report of a committee on the Golden Bag scandal. Just a report. If as a chair here, or I don't know which committee you chair, Khalwale, but you chaired our committee on the impeachment of Governor Mwangaza.
Yes.
But if there is a fundamental disagreement, you and the leadership of your party, the honorable thing to do, because this position you occupy on behalf of your colleagues in the coalition in which you belong. If there is a serious policy pronouncement, there's a room and allowance for disagreement on a few things here and there. Yeah. But a serious policy position having been taken, if you feel strongly that your conscience will not allow, or that you feel strongly that you have an opposing view, then you cannot hold that position. So, Trevor, for us, really, it is about now solidifying our position in the House. And I have said this before, that when it comes to debate on the floor of the Senate and even in the National Assembly, it is not a matter of quantity. It is a matter of quality. You can have just two legislators, who bring forward matters before the House that are very impactful to the people of Kenya. He will tell you, and you know, that there was a famous band of MPs called the Seven Bearded Sisters. Just 7 people, but are remembered up to today because they made a difference in advancing the cause of democracy. So what we are saying really is that it doesn't matter how many people depart.
Yeah.
For those of us who feel strongly that electoral justice is a matter that is on the table, please let us be allowed to prosecute that, and you are free to prosecute the other position without looking at us as if we are enemies or we are fighting.
Okay.
It is just a departure from, the position that the coalition has taken.
Okay.
And nobody can force you
All right.
to be in a coalition you don't want to be.